This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Bonus Bucks is back on KFAN. We have 9 chances for you to win $1,000 every weekday. That's every hour from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Enter the keywords and learn more. Head to KFAN.com. Bonus Bucks is presented by BigDeck.com.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Zacho. Appreciate you. Good morning, everybody. We'll get back to the Wolves coverage in a moment. Obviously, they lost. It was very disappointing. They couldn't have been worse than they were, which means they're going to play so good the rest of the series.
Yeah.
This was kind of bothersome, though. Like, Rudy, what happened?
Once again, I think it was a little bit of us not having played much last 6 days, and also a mix of subconsciously, I think we respect these guys, but I think subconsciously there's something where maybe you get a little comfortable. It's not supposed to get easier. It's getting harder. So it's we got to have that mindset.
They didn't play for a few days.
A little rust.
Well, in fairness, they played exactly like they did against the Lakers in Game 5 anyway. So
Correct.
I don't think they were rusty then. They just were terrible. So whatever, we'll shake it off and try again. Right, Aaliyah?
Yeah. Great song. If Curry's out for the whole
Is she here?
season, no, she passed away.
What happened?
Was it a plane crash?
Sure was.
Yeah, sad. If Curry's out for the whole bit, they're going to win the series. They'll win the next 4 games.
I thought they were going to win anyway.
No, but if he's out, they're going to win it. They're going to win in 4 games.
Bye. Okay, baby. Be cool.
I am. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new me.
You do sound positive.
Thank you.
You do. You sound
Oddly.
much better.
That's what he's known
Oddly
for on
positive,
Twitter is blind optimism.
You should tweet something positive right now.
Yeah. So, tweet something about Mark
Share some
Parrish's beer
positivity.
right now.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
It's okay to not. It's okay to be not be okay.
Yeah. I believe
It's okay to not be
the original title was "It's Not Okay to Be Okay," and you were like, "This is not.
Yeah.
Good. We got to change this around."
Yeah, we need to stay positive. That was
Yeah.
too saucy,
You thought that
like,
was
right?
that's too bad. You can't do
we're,
that.
We're a glass is half full.
Yeah.
Kind of group, right,
Right.
Sauce?
I got pretty tired
Yeah.
of you shaming people that had found peace.
Yeah, way to go, Perry.
No more. So no, it's good. It's good beer, and it's available now. And
Hazy IPA.
And tell me who it supports.
Well, first of all, thank you, Tim and Ann at Loose Line, and it supports the Parish Family Fund, and we're working on helping out the mental health. We were able to add, we went from 10 emergency room beds to 18 in the mental health ward of the Masonic Hospital. We were very excited about, and we're working on a playground now outside of the Children's Hospital. So yeah, there's a huge need for mental health right now for all ages, but especially children. And most importantly, right now, it's knocking out that stigma of mental health. This what we're doing right now is the most important thing, and we can't again thank Pete and Tim and Ann at Loose Line for what they're doing financially. But if we can just knock out the stigma of mental health and make it a common conversation to where it's not hidden in the dark, and take that shame out. The shame is the worst part. It's the hardest part to get over for a lot of people, and it's something we all need to understand. There's no difference between, just for me, I broke my legs, I broke my leg, I broke my shoulder. You can go see a doctor, but God knows if you get a concussion, the help out there is minimal. So we need to change that for everyone, and we're working on it, starting with the most important generation, our children.
That's right. Yeah, I spoke to the good people at the Community Adult Mental Health Initiative yesterday in St. Louis, or I should say in St. Cloud, Wade Park, technically, about the exact same thing. Just getting people to open up and say, hey, this is happening to me, and it helps a lot. It helped me so much, and I know it helped you so much. So reach out, everybody. We all used to be, we've disbanded our tribes, guys. We just have. We used to talk to each other. We used to hang out with each other. We used to help each other. We used to help each other raise our kids. But we've disbanded our tribes. We need to put those back together and be there for each other.
Amen.
So well done,
said.
Mark.
Amen.
Well done.
Thank you,
well
brother.
done. Sir.
Thank
Well
you.
done. Yeah.
1 minute
Thank you,
ago,
Pete.
Sauce tweeted, "I love the Wolves. They will win the series in 5."
You said that while he was doing his bit on mental
Look
health.
at that.
You were tweeting?
I did it when you
tweeted
guys
something
said
positive.
tweet something positive.
Yeah.
Right, which was when Mark was talking
And
about
that's-
mental health and
Okay.
the Masonic.
All right.
Yeah.
For
I
example,
guess-
hang on. Let's do this real quick. Hang on, really quick, because it brings up a good point. It's proving that you were tweeting away and not paying attention. Hold, please.
Okay.
Hang on.
Do
This
I need to
isn't-
get the typewriter out? Or
It's not going to be worth it, probably.
Probably not.
Probably
but it's
not.
Cool.
No.
But we'll do it anyway to embarrass old Saucy.
Was he listening?
Question number 1.
How many beds did Parrish say they're up to now at the Masonic Hospital thanks to the Parrish Family Fund?
18?
Look at that.
Look at you, son.
Look at that. How many
Yeah,
were
so
there?
proud.
How many were there?
6, 2?
6'2". That's how tall Pete's
that's
is.
With their heels on.
That's a huge.
Man, how did you get the second number but miss
That
the
was
first
impressive.
one?
Yeah.
You're weird.
And then he said, he's broken a lot of bones, but when you
Question
get a
number
concussion,
2.
there's not a lot of help for that.
Question number 2.
Mark Parrish thanked 3 people from Loose Line Brewing. Who were the 3?
Peter, Ann, and
Oh, no.
Jerry?
You forgot his name.
Tim,
Not. Oh man.
which is Ann's husband.
Please stop.
And Ann is Peter's cousin.
Question number 3.
What was the name of Parrish's charity?
Parish's charity?
No, you were there on Monday. If you don't know this one, that would be really tough.
It's the Parish Family Foundation.
Really close.
So close.
Hey, I bought some of that beer. You didn't show up.
Couldn't be there.
Couldn't be there. He had diddling to do.
He was asking Marty about her compost toilet.
That's right.
I have a lot of
I got
questions.
some compost.
I got
Can
some
I use
questions
your toilet?
about that one, too.
I'm calling her later.
Yeah, so
On the air or off. I'm getting some answers.
and then Hawk spoke to a bunch of people,
I sure did.
and it's you got to get
In
your
which
people
city?
back together.
Oh,
What
that's
city?
right.
Question number 4.
Chisholm, Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana's my neighbor.
Question number 5.
What did Mark say the most important work his organization is currently doing?
Helping people,
Be more specific.
helping people with their mental health,
Be more specific.
helping people start the conversation about
See?
mental health.
No,
That's what. No, he's right.
that's not it. It's
That was it.
knocking out the stigma
Yeah.
is the most. He,
was-
said that was
put
the
it
most
in
important
layman's
thing.
terms.
He put it in
thanks,
Sauce's
He
not
got there.
listening terms.
I was listening.
You got there.
You were tweeting that you love the Wolves and they'll win in 5.
So say the
you
thing
were
again about you were
kissing
actually
hot
there.
dogs.
Say it again. Say you
Yeah,
were
I was actually
went.
at it.
You didn't
I
go.
bought a full case of that beer.
He sure
That's
did.
right.
And he drank it in the car on the way home. What do you think of that?
I did not. I had my son with me.
That'd be a long ride home for me, Diana,
He didn't drink the whole case. He gave some to Louis.
Yeah, we had a few. Yeah, he was I'm happy to help.
That's why Louis was smiling so big when he left there.
This is the fun part. Here's my fun trump card. You guys would feel bad if you knew why I couldn't be there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Boom.
I know.
Well, you don't know.
Please.
It's not that.
I know.
Oh.
The testicle.
Well, now you make it not.
See, that's the trump card.
Damn you.
I would have been there.
Is it the
Couldn't be there.
testicles
Is everything
again?
okay?
Everything's fine.
Your testicles falling apart again.
Even though you don't
Nothing,
think
it's
I
not
do.
testicle related in any way.
I care about you.
Literally 0 ways. If you said what did it entail on Monday? The word testicle would not come up.
No testicles?
0. It had nothing to do with it.
Well, I hope everything's all right.
Everything's fine.
I know you don't think I like you, but I do.
Well, here's what
I
you.
knew that was going to make it awkward. It's the best. What a card to play.
Here's what he's saying to inside his brain right now, though. He's saying outside, I hope everybody's okay, but inside his brain, he's going, I don't care.
Yep, 100%.
No, I care.
No,
you
you
know
don't.
what? Yes, I do.
This is
I care about all of
KFAN
you.
News with Chris Hockey, presented by the St. Paul Saints.
That's right. They earned a 6-2 win over the Buffalo Bisons in their series opener at CHS Field. They're 16-14, your Saints are. Andrew Morris starts for St. Paul against Buffalo tonight. Get on down to CHS Field tonight. SaintsBaseball.com. Thank you, St.
Hell
Paul
yeah.
Saints.
Hey,
go Saints.
Zachary Halverson, help me with something for a second. I did not watch last week tonight, and then I didn't click on I think it was Bring Me the News or Carol Evan or somebody posted a story, and then you tweeted about John Oliver and the St. Paul Saints. Can you explain what's going on with the St. Paul Saints and John Oliver?
John did a throwaway segment at the end that like he likes to do, kind of a mood lightener. And he was talking about the various minor league baseball crazy promotions out there. And he didn't mention any of the Saints ones, which was very intriguing. I don't know what you're like. How do you not mention like Bobblefoot and everything else? Anyway, he got the one mention that the Saints did get was in the boring names part of it. So he talked about how the Iowa Cubs are just the Iowa Cubs, you know, and he talked about how the St. Paul Saints are just the Saints. And I was like, well, that's dumb. But anyway,
because he likes the Savannah Bananas or stuff like that. He likes the creative names.
The Trash Pandas.
Trash Pandas is an A+ name. A+.
There was one team that like they didn't realize that they changed their name to the Spanish word for you know,
got it,
doing that stuff on yourself,
not in front of pizza.
So
out at the table, Carlos.
He gave out an email or whatever, something at buntstuff.com, and made an offer basically to minor league baseball teams that they will, if you agree to it, if they agree to it, whatever, they will. His team, John Oliver's team, will rebrand your team
permanently.
I don't think it's permanently. That'd be pretty tough, but like at least for a night. You get to, they'll rebrand. The deal is if you agree to it, you have no input.
The Saints should 100% do
and
this.
And they did share on social that they have sent an email that they've put their hat in the ring now.
So now they have to get picked.
Now John asked, but I can't imagine, like if they're smart, there's not a minor league baseball team out there with bigger clout that could blow that up to what they want it to be. So
for sure. Yeah.
You know, the Saints have changed their name for, you know, they've been the St. Paul Aints for the atheist night or whatever. So they've done it before, and they'll maybe perhaps do it again with the help of the last week tonight with John Oliver team.
Appreciate it. What really matters, though, is the news. Here it is with Chris.
Yeah. That's right. You got that right, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Go Saints. Go Saints.
Or whatever your name's going to be.
A real ID identity card is now required for air travel in the U.S. Starting today, all passengers must use the cards to board domestic flights. TSA officials say passengers without a real ID may still be able to fly, but will face additional screening and will have to wait in a separate line. Today's the day. Bring your passport. If you don't have it yet.
Thanks for the reminder. I'm going to be traveling this month, and I don't have that.
Yeah.
Better hustle or bring your passport for the time being.
Yeah.
Until you get it.
Bring my passport.
We've had the TV off. I assume this is one of those days where all the local news stations have the reporter at the airport.
Yeah, I would assume.
Yeah, we should have sent Sauce
Turn it
down.
on, check it out.
We go live now to Sauce on the streets. Sauce, how's things down at the airport, brother?
It's real greasy. It's a pandemonium down here. There's like 8 people that have their real ID.
Yeah.
A pandemonium.
There's like 6 people who don't.
Yeah.
I wish Corey wasn't so cruel to me. I'm hoping that I get run over on the way back to the
please
station.
Stay on topic, sir.
Sure.
Can you tell me how's the food court situation at MSP?
Well, I've been banned from there, so they won't let me in, but as what I can see, it looks amazing.
Well, what'd you do to get banned from there?
I ate too much food.
Why would they want you to not show up if they're
Why is Corey at the
making
airport?
so much money?
Yeah, Corey, please, this is a news broadcast.
I'm a journalist.
You don't have to be mean all the time. I don't know why they banned me.
I can
Back
tell
to
you
you.
why.
Because they were making too much money off of you?
They were afraid once you got your head inside, you couldn't get it back out.
Wow. Reporting live. Back to you.
Oh, good. Nice job.
Thanks.
Yeah, good report, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, so I just flipped it on Channel 9 right now. They're doing the weather. But so far, it does not look like it is a pandemonium down at the airport.
I'm going to disagree. I heard we have a reporter there, and he said it was.
That guy's an idiot.
Cody Matz?
Oh, me.
Oh.
The man accused of crashing a car into the front gate of actress Jennifer Aniston's home in Bel Air has been identified by police. Here's Daniel Martindale.
48-year-old Jimmy Wayne Carwile was taken into custody on Monday afternoon after being detained at gunpoint by a private security guard. Aniston, known for her roles on Friends and The Morning Show, was home at the time but was not injured. Carwile, who was initially reported to be a man in his 70s, is facing a felony vandalism charge and is being held without bail. The motive is still unclear. I'm Daniel Martindale.
Sounds like a fake name.
Oh, yes, it does.
Yeah.
Very much so.
He said initially reported to be in his 70s. I wonder if they figured out he wasn't in his 70s. Zach, was it raining when you were in Vegas?
No, but I've seen it is pounding them right now.
Decades-old records are falling as a rare, powerful May rainstorm continues to soak southern Nevada. Las Vegas has already recorded about 1.5 inches of rain this month alone. That's the highest rainfall total for the month of May in the city's history.
Wow.
The previous record is 96 hundredths of an inch. Stood since 1969. The water level in the Las Vegas Wash rose by more than 7 feet overnight Monday into Tuesday and continued to rise in Tuesday's rain. Harry Reid International Airport recorded 61 hundredths of an inch. Nobody cares. But that's a lot of rain. It's happening. It's raining out there. So if you're heading out to Vegas, you might not get the sunshine you're hoping for.
And so for the first time in about 3 decades, the moat around Excalibur has 1.5 inches of rain.
That's true. That's true.
Still no alligators or dragons. It does still have hepatitis B.
How dare you?
Yep.
Listen.
Is that a thing?
It's your own fault. If you don't look down, you step on that needle, it's your fault.
Hawk loves that hotel.
Can you imagine, like, you take the heat and humidity and just like that overall kind of uncomfortable sweat that you have going in Vegas?
Yeah.
And then you are walking into Excalibur, probably with a gun against your head.
Oh.
And then you add the rain, and you're like, now we're all just kind of wet dogs walking into a trap. This sucks.
Yeah.
You're not
Bunch
welcome.
of trash
You're not
pandas.
welcome at my casino.
Oh,
I'll tell you
gross.
that. What do you think of them apples, Corey? You're not welcome.
Oh, no!
You're not welcome to come
not
there.
that.
You're not welcome. We're going to have so much fun there, and
You
you're going to
love
stand
that
outside,
casino.
looking inside, wishing that you were one of us. But you're not one of us.
That's like Sauce getting banned from a food court. Oh, no!
Me and Zach were in
Well,
there.
here's the problem at Hawks Casino.
Yeah,
Thunder from down under.
you're damn right. And let me tell you, down under, there's a lot of thundering going on.
Yeah.
Because we had pasta.
Oh no.
No,
Yeah, man.
No, I think you
poor
missed the
Max.
memo on what
Sorry.
that
I was
is.
saying my fault. My fault. My fault. My fault. Either way, you're not invited.
What shaped noodles? Was it penne?
Sure it was.
Well played.
Yeah. Come here, Penne.
Sauce, you do a noodle joke.
What shape noodle was it? Elbows?
Why are you being so mean to our boy, Saucy? You got to lay off, and people are going to stop hating you. They're going to start hating you and hating you. You can't rip Saucy like that.
He hates me anyway.
I'm trying to set him up for comedy. He's just swinging and missing.
Why won't you do something yourself
macaroni
there,
looks like a
Carlin?
wiener.
I did a penne joke. He
That
said
was good.
elbows.
Yeah, elbows.
Yeah.
I said comedy.
They look like wieners.
Elbows too?
Elbow
Have you
macaroni
seen a
looks like-
penis?
Have you seen his penis? It bends right at the tip.
Looks like an elbow.
Yeah.
It looks like an L.
Purgatory disease or whatever that's called.
You have a weenus on your penis.
Oh, well played. See, Zach.
See, that's real good.
It's also vocabulary knowledge. That was very good.
Wow.
Zach, you're clever, man. I'm going to miss you next week.
The Wolves lost and took the blame. Take the blame,
You
Ann.
know, people gonna try to blame whatever, blame whoever. They can blame me. I
Okay.
just didn't play good enough.
right.
Blame it on the rain. Sauce will do sports in a second. We'll talk about the Wolves' loss to Golden State and Steph Curry and all that other garbage. That's next. Power 2 Mornings on the Fan.
The Fan. Duh.
The ultimate day of heavy metal is coming to Somerset Amphitheater. Don't miss out on the Summer of Loud 2025 on July 11th with performances by Parkway Drive, I Prevail, Beartooth, and more. Get full show tickets, details at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
Rock and roll.
That sounds good.
That was nice.
Yeah.
We need to do more live concert commercials.
I agree with you, man. Let's go.
Yeah, man.
We also need to do more sports.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around, your TimberTech deck building contractor.
No.
The Minnesota Timberwolves scored 11 points in the second quarter. They were 5 of 29 from 3 and got 9 combined points from Rudy and Mike Conley. And Ant was a no-show for the first half, and the Warriors were without Steph Curry for 90% of the game, and the Wolves lost 99-88. The Wolves got 24 from Buddy Hield and have a 1-0 lead on the series. Warriors. Game 2 is tomorrow, and the Wolves are 10-point favorites. Go Wolves.
Yeah, go Wolves. 10-point favorites on DraftKings for tomorrow night. And again, all eyes on the MRI today with Steph Curry. Kerr expects him to not play tomorrow night, but we'll see if stranger things have happened. But still, let's go beyond game 2. If we're just going to assume he's out for game 2, you said it earlier, Sauce. If he's gone for the whole series, there is no excuse left. I don't care if you win in 5. You don't have to win the next 4 if Curry's not there, but you have to win the series if Steph Curry is not in this, unless you suffer a significant injury or 2. No excuses to do what you just did to the Lakers and their lack of depth. And again, I know there are a handful. They ran a lot of people last night. The bench isn't good. No, quantity, sure. Quality, I'm not afraid of any of those guys. Gary Payton, sure. But Moses Moody should not be able to beat you. Looney should not be able to beat you. The rest of those hacks, like Spencer, no. Bury this team. We're getting nothing out of We're getting very little out of Dante DiVincenzo.
What, did he have 7 last night?
And he just jacked up a bunch of threes. Yeah. I do think the regression to the mean is legit. We just can't shoot this bad moving forward. We have too many good three-point shooters. The Wolves were one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league this year. Ant made the most threes in the NBA this season. Right? That's gone.
Yep.
So
long gone.
I just think whether Steph Curry plays or not, that will swing back in our favor, and we'll get back to at least normal, if not above normal.
Yeah.
And then we should pull away. But if Steph doesn't play, man,
you got to win
this. Would be one of the all-time disappointments if you lose to a Steph Curry-less Golden State Warriors squad.
Correct.
It all comes down to that three-point shooting. You know, once that lights up, we're going to be, again, it's the same thing in that Lakers game. Like, they just are bad at three-point shooting, and historically bad. They blow them out, and that same thing last night. And I don't know, man. I just don't want Jimmy Butler to be happy, and he was too happy last night.
Yeah, but they'll win tomorrow. If Curry's out,
It'll be sad.
Yeah, they'll win. They're 10-point favorites in a playoff game. That's a lot.
A sports host I really like and appreciate said that they're going to win in 5 on Twitter this morning.
You respect a lot.
I respect it.
Yeah.
You mentioned the 10-point spread. The Nuggets were, about 9-point dogs in game 1 to OKC in 1. And the Knicks were,
9.5?
9.5, 10, whatever it was. And they both won. How about this, though? The 4 road teams won game 1 of the round 2 for the first time in NBA history.
Of course.
So it had happened 7 times where 3 had won. But now, for the first time, all 4 road teams won game 1.
Minnesota, in its last 2 games, they are 12 of 76 on three-pointers.
Yikes.
Is that good?
That's the worst percentage in NBA playoff history over a 2-game span.
I'd like to think somebody had that 4 road team parlay somewhere.
You'd hope.
That would have hit big.
That would have been great. Especially with you had 2 of them that were 9-point dogs. The Pacers pulled off an amazing comeback, and they now have a commanding 2-0 lead over the Cavs. They won 120-119, even though Donovan Mitchell had 48 points.
Wow.
The end of that game was unbelievable.
Halliburton 3 for the win. So check this out. This is an exact stat from ESPN. I'm just going to read it and we can question it, but this is the exact stat. ESPN tweeted this last night.
Let's go.
Since 97-98, when teams are trailing by 7+ points in the final minute of fourth quarter or overtime, teams are 3 and 1,640 in those spots, right? So 3 wins, 1,640 losses.
My God.
The Pacers this postseason are 2 of those.
That's incredible.
They're 2-0.
Incredible.
They're up 2-rip on a team that they have dominated right this season. Cleveland's kicked everybody's ass, and they're now, 5-1 against Cleveland.
Yeah, what was the stat? Was it a stat you read yesterday that they've lost 7 home games and 2 of them in the regular season were to the...
2 of them were to the Pacers, and then they lost game 1 to the Pacers. Now they lost game 2 to the Pacers. It's one of those matchup problems. They just have their number and are capable of these deep, late fourth quarter or overtime comebacks. So 120-119.
The Cavs won 64 games.
How about
and
that?
They might be out.
How about that Tyrese silly after he made the basket?
He did the Sam Cassell brass balls bit.
No, Hawk saw it. You don't need to show Hawk. You saw it, right, Hawk?
Of course I saw it. I saw it 4 times.
You watching it again right now?
I'm watching it as we speak.
Yeah, that's kind
Brian
of
Anderson, Stan Van Gundy breaking it down for me, getting it done. Now I'm starting to learn about stuff. I'm starting to wish I was sitting beside Rosie.
Wait, Rosie went to the game?
Front row.
That's feeding on his popcorn.
Both side seats.
That's expensive.
It was a last-minute thing.
Oh, that's expensive.
Why are they expensive?
Yeah.
They're available to
Anybody can
anyone.
get 'em.
Courtside seats for a playoff
They
game?
are available to
Anybody
anyone.
can get one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I want to sit right beside him, hold his hand, eat his popcorn.
I think we checked yesterday. It was like $14,000 on StubHub.
Yeah, we'll look for...
Rosie paid
Anybody
$14,000 for that
You
seat.
wouldn't believe what he spends on Wolves tickets.
Third
sweet
row,
pink shirt on,
I mean,
doesn't he?
third row for tomorrow's game is $5,000. Man, that's a lot of money Rosie's spending on tickets.
You wouldn't believe.
Why did he keep MF and Rudy Domjanovich?
$21,000.
They did play the like the disclaimer that they do, like NBA. You have to not talk bad to the players or whatever.
Yeah. They did that
They
'cause
played
of
that
Rosie.
like
Yeah, that
3 or
was
4
Rosie.
extra times, and I think everybody was saying it was because Rosie wouldn't stop
Chirping at Draymond.
chirping.
Yeah.
At Rudy Tomjanovich.
Just anybody, and Rudy Tomjanovich, who had a horrible night.
Yeah. Well, I think he's dead.
I told you.
The Twins have won
terrible
3
night.
straight
Bad night, man.
after they smashed the Orioles 9-1. Lopez went 5, scattered 2 hits, struck out 11. Buxton had 4 RBI. Correa hit a 458 double-decker home run to lead the Twins. Same 2 teams today at 640. Simeon Woods Richardson goes for your Twins.
Zach, where's your seats at?
110 or 112 or something up in the way uppers.
That's
The double deckers. Which
Yeah, man.
question for Marnie? Can you take a double decker in a compost toilet?
That's a weird way to say those words.
Yeah.
You're getting weird about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I do want to know more information, but now I don't anymore.
No, I don't. Perry, the Hurricanes beat the Capitals 2-1. They have a 1-0 series lead, and the Oilers beat the Golden Knights 4-2, scoring 3 goals in the third period.
Yeah, and Washington was actually lucky to get to OT. Carolina is buzzing right now. Freddie Anderson, their goalie's finally healthy. It's a team for the last half a dozen years. We feel like we've been waiting on to take a run. Rod Brindamore does a great job there. Up 1-0, obviously, on the Caps. And then, the mighty Connor McDavid, the Edmonton Oilers, they are going to score a ton of goals. It's crazy that they are in the second round right now and up 1-0 on a team that's 2 years removed from winning a Stanley Cup with their backup goaltender.
Think about that.
Marky Mark, earlier you said that you thought Dallas was probably your eye test favorite, correct?
Yes. Yep.
In Las Vegas, Nevada, they are tied for second. Boom.
Tied for second.
Who is the favorite to win the Stanley Cup according to DraftKings?
Panthers?
Incorrect.
No.
Pope Filipino.
Don't do the problematic
They got
accent.
Vegas?
No.
Edmonton? Since you just
Edmonton
asked?
is tied with
you just said
with
that.
Dallas.
That's right.
Edmonton and Dallas are both plus 450 to win the cup. Who's the favorite?
Am I blanking on Zach?
You just mentioned
talking
it.
about them.
They're on the East.
Rod.
Carolina.
Carolina's plus 360.
Their special teams is unbelievable. Their penalty kill. Honestly, I wouldn't even want to play the power play, be on the 5-on guys, because they just keep coming with so much pressure. It's absolutely amazing. And with the Freddie Anderson, that's kind of been the big thing. We've all been waiting for Carolina to take this step and kind of be a perennial favorite. But every year, Freddie Anderson, their number 1 goalie, has gotten hurt, and now they've got Kochetkov, who is a very capable backup, who is a starter on pretty much most teams. And now with that 1-2 combo, I can see Carolina making a run. But again, they got to get through. For them, they're the second round. They just can't find a way to get out of the second round. So if they can find a way to get past Washington here, obviously whoever wins the Toronto-Florida series is it's going to be it'll be good the rest of the playoffs. I'm looking forward to it. But I can see where Carolina's the favorite right now. That's for sure.
Good, quick question. I assume you either watched or have seen the Jets come back against the Blues a couple nights ago.
My Lord.
They were down 2 with 2 minutes to go, and then they won in overtime. So quick question about that game. That was against the Blues, right?
Yes, it was.
How was that not against the Minnesota Wild? That would have been the most Minnesota thing of all time, to have a Game 7 collapse like that. It was so awesome to watch that and not have to just wallow in heartbreak, right? Because I didn't feel bad for the Blues. I was cheering for Winnipeg. It was so much fun to watch that crowd go nuts.
And the Connor Hellebuck side, that storyline, he's and as much as I hate it, he's a goalie that's going to win. He should win the MVP this year. I always feel like it should go to a skater, but dang it, when a goalie deserves it, he deserves it. He's going to win back-to-back Vezina trophies as the best goaltender in the league. And if you look at his playoff stats, there's no rhyme or reason to it besides he's just choked in the playoffs. And so I love it because I'm a huge Connor Hellebuck fan. He's an American-born goaltender, obviously. But for the team to finally kind of get him past the first round, I'm excited to see what happens with him mentally because he is such an amazing goaltender. He could carry this Winnipeg Jets team to the final pretty easily.
It was pretty fun to listen to.
It was incredible.
Louis on with Brero yesterday talking about that game.
I couldn't believe it.
It wasn't that cool?
I scared the dogs.
Yeah.
I was screaming. I had no skin in the game whatsoever. And for Nikolai Ehlers, the defenseman, to replay the series a little bit, like he takes a shot with like 12, 13 seconds left, and it blows up on him, and it goes to the corner. And right then and there, you're like, the game's over. You can feel the time clicking in your head. And when it came back to him, usually they're just going to fire it, and somehow they do this around the horn play. It was absolutely incredible. I couldn't believe it. I thought they didn't have time to make any passes, and just think about St. Louis. 2.2 seconds away from the second round, and then you're sitting there after the game going, wait a minute, we're playing golf tomorrow?
Wow. Crazy. Yeah, Louis said it was the most fun he'd seen, and he said
it was
awesome. Somebody else had made like 3 goals in 20 seconds once or something like that in some game, but he said, but it wasn't it wasn't a playoff game, and it definitely wasn't a game 7.
No, that's the thing. A game 7.
That's cool, man.
It's awesome. Oh, it was so much fun. Love it. Love this sport.
All right, more of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on The Fan.
Right. Here we are, Power Trip Morning Show. Mark Parrish is over there. Corey Cove meets us, Paul Lembert. Zach Halverson. My name is Chris Hockey. We're your little Power Trip Morning Show. And we are recovering from a late night watching our team lose. But you know what? We're not giving up. Even though Finch says we're pretty bad.
Poor spacing, terrible rhythm, didn't make the next pass a lot of times. Really poor in transition. I think that's where we kind of cost ourselves the chance to stay in the game early. We had opportunities to run out, and just our transition decision-making was diabolical. Obviously then we couldn't hit a shot, but I didn't like the fact that we couldn't repeatedly generate good shots, and then we should have been able to.
Look, when you miss 40 3-pointers against the Lakers, but most of them were wide open shots, you could say, I get it. You're an NBA quality player. You're a good shooter. You're wide open. I know you guys have missed a million shots, but shoot it. You're wide open. I think the theme from last night, especially as a viewer, but it sounded like based on Chris Finch's reaction there, he thought the same thing. How many times were you watching the Wolves on offense and you just go, what are we doing? It just didn't have any rhyme or reason. People made terrible passes, which it wasn't even about the quality of the pass. It was just the decision. You're like, why are you trying to throw it to that guy?
You know what?
Terrible idea.
I don't know anything about basketball, Corey, obviously. So I'm just going to tell you one thing. I was watching the third quarter, right? Not period, right? Quarter. I was watching the third quarter. And every time they had a fast break, everybody looked like nobody wanted to shoot the ball.
Right.
They would pass it around to each other to the point where we're like, somebody shoot, man. And then they would miss.
So I did feel like that was the difference between Game 5 against the Lakers and Game 1 last night is the Lakers game, even though they missed 40, so many of those looked confident because they were wide open. The Lakers were playing terrible defense, and Ant was getting doubled, so the shots were there. They just weren't going. Last night, I felt after they missed the first 16, you could feel the whole team being like, I don't want to be the next.
Correct.
I don't want to be number 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah. There were so many pump fakes to no one because they were getting gun shy.
And Ant talked about that here.
You probably got a little gun shy a little bit. Yep. When you start missing a little bit, you get a little tight. But I just be telling my teammates, hey, shoot it. You know what I'm saying? Because they pack the paint. That's what they do. Anytime you get downhill, Draymond leaves this man, and it's 2-3 people in the paint. So, we kick it out. We just got to shoot it. We got to shoot it with confidence. And I always feel like we just got to think we're going to make the next one. If we worried about the previous shot, we never going to make the next one.
Very true, still.
How about the play, Corey, where I think it was Randall got the steal. It's a 3-on-1. And Randall thinks the guy on the wing is right next to him, and he just
Nas Reed.
and he just tosses it and Butler just grabbed it out of the air.
Also, Naz Reid did stop running, though, too.
Yeah.
So it's one of those, like, Randall assumed he was going to keep moving. He didn't. Butler also telegraphed the pass, so he caught it. And you're just like, that was one of those, like, what are you doing?
Just go to the rack.
You got to make better decisions than that, especially when the deficit was as significant as it was. It was just a sloppy, bad game. But again, that's the optimism. We played like ass.
And they lost by 11.
And we barely lost. And we almost, there was a point where we were making that run and we were only down 10. And it looked like we actually were going to get back in the game with about 5 minutes to go. And then they pulled away. But anyway, my point is we couldn't have played worse. And they still barely beat us.
That's right.
Not too worried about it. I think they're going to win the series. I said the same thing after game 2 against the Lakers. All right, we lost one. They played their best. We played our worst. Not the end of the world. I don't think they played their best because they didn't have Steph Curry for 2.5 quarters. No. But if they don't have him for the rest of the series, this is our series.
Well said.
And no matter what, football season's around the corner.
Hell yeah. Vikings news on the Power Trip. Presented by
Radco. That's right. Accessories Pro.
The announcement of the announcement. We may have a Vikings-related announcement later today. The Power Trip Morning Show. We might.
Exciting.
The announcement of the possible announcement.
We might. And we also have this. Are J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings going to open the 2025 NFL season against the NFC North rival Green Bay Packers? Perhaps. At least according to Alex Lewis, who has the scoop.
Alex
Scooby.
Oh, man, where is Alex Scooby? I forgot about Scooby.
New Mexico.
Is he really?
He's the best.
New Mexico.
Oh, New Mexico. I think you said Mexico. I'm like, he's in Mexico.
He's away from the cops.
Yeah.
What is he doing in New
like
Mexico?
They moved down there. They like it. They were I believe his wife was filming down there, and they just enjoyed it, so they moved down there.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Alex Scooby, A+.
I haven't seen Mo
Best guy
Collins
ever.
in a while.
I love Alex Scooby.
Oh, miss that dude.
Anyway, the word on the street, according to Alec Lewis, who apparently has a scoop, I'm having a hard time talking, is that they're going to be opening against an NFC North rival, and it just might be the Pack.
All right,
Game
now,
1 for J.J. McCarthy.
If I'm the NFL, could I possibly see the Vikings opening up Green Bay? I mean, maybe. Would I make that game like Sunday the 5th, maybe Monday the 6th?
Man, I loved your apology the other day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was heartfelt.
Very.
I apologized for the correct thing.
Yes, I could tell you meant it.
I was very aware of what I was apologizing for.
I could tell you meant it.
Radio for 5 people.
Yeah. I like it that
Which
way.
is, oh man, I almost said a really good joke.
Okay, that would have been too far. You know? You don't pee downhill, right?
I had a really good week. It's been a fun week for me.
Really?
Yeah, really good. I'm in a good mood. Everything's going well.
You are?
Wait.
Yeah, this is my good mood.
Okay.
Yeah. I could tell.
I mean,
yeah, Parrish
Very
knows me well enough.
positive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he knows.
yeah.
Right, Marky Mark?
That's right.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
Mark gets it.
Sun's coming out.
Yeah. it's
Sun's out,
beautiful.
guns out, man.
Amen.
You know what was out? Those weird sleeves on Justin Jefferson's outfit at the Met Gala.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. The Met Gala outfits are always, wacky tobacco. But did you see Justin Jefferson's outfit?
Yeah.
He was wearing the Talking Heads singer's outfit from
Brilliant.
the
David
Same as
Byrne.
It Ever Was
Yeah.
video.
Oh.
It's crazy.
All right, this sounds super elitist and
Give it
stupid,
hell.
but I'm going to ask you guys anyway. Would you guys, if you guys couldn't just go with normal attire, would you guys attend the Met Gala if you had to dress like a psycho? What you basically have to do. Would you go?
I mean,
yes.
Didn't somebody wear a piano on their back? Did you guys see that?
Yeah. Well, he was a mover. He was doing his job, buddy. Leave him alone, okay?
Sorry, man.
He's trying.
That's manual labor, man. It's the backbone of America.
Making his money. I would because the amount of.
Okay.
I mean, honestly,
Okay.
there's so much. And the one lady had a dress on with no backside on it. You can see her A word.
Who's that lady?
I don't know who she was, but she had a great one.
Cool. Wow.
She was backing that blank up.
Oh, CNN.com reports that was Dame Judy. I just said it backwards. Dame Judi Dench.
He doesn't care.
James Judy. Maybe she should cover up her backside.
He loves her.
Speaking of loose line over there.
My God.
No, who's the lady that didn't have a back?
I don't know. She's a blonde haired lady. I didn't recognize the name, but the back of her dress literally had no back on it. all the way down to the A.
And it wasn't Kanye's wife?
How about that? I think he's banned from that.
Man.
Oh,
By the
he
way,
should be.
Did you hear him on with Piers Morgan?
No, I just saw the headline that he only was on for about 4 minutes and then walked off.
I'm trying to find a story. I read somewhere, and it should be the kind of story that you get like 700 people writing stories about. Did Justin Jefferson buy like 3 houses and turn them into places for people without homes to live? Did you guys read about that?
No.
Pete's nodding his head.
Yeah, I just read about it.
He lives in one of them now.
Well, that's
nice of you, Pete. Pete just moved in.
It's okay, Pete. One step for the other, brother.
Justin's got you. He's JJ.
Anyway, by the way, we're talking about Pete Sauce, who's in the studio right now. I was nice enough to bring beer into us.
It's okay. I'll be okay.
No, I had not heard about that, though. Justin did that. That's very nice.
That is really awesome.
I can't find the story anywhere. That should be the kind of story that's everywhere.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
It should be.
Darn it.
Well, if he wants to come on the show and talk about it, he's more than welcome to.
I would like it. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I like that
Yeah,
guy.
It seems
great
like
dude.
it.
I've told a million people, man. A lot of times a team takes on the attitude of its star player. We've seen that happen in a lot of negative ways. When it happens in such a positive way, it ought to be noted. And Justin Jefferson sets the tone for this team, and I love it.
Well said.
Thank you, bud.
The whole locker room seems to be loaded with good dudes. And again, we say this all the time. That doesn't guarantee anything. You can go 2-15 if you have a good locker room, but it's just cool when you're a successful team and it seems to be packed with good dudes.
Yeah, man.
Character takes you a long ways.
Yeah. It's done wonders for this show.
Yeah, we got some real characters. Oh, man. I saw it. You guys know what ultralights are, right? Those planes that like everyday Joes can drive.
Yep.
I saw one flying around the other day, and no, this was a long ways away. I was going to say I just was reading a story about somebody crashing one. I was thinking to myself, that guy's going way too slow in that thing. Would you ever fly one of those things?
No.
No way, man.
And Sauce has flown a plane before.
I don't ever want to fly in anything that I have to change the oil in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well said.
It's okay if I have to change the oil in my Fiat, but I ain't going to do it in my plane.
Yeah, I feel the same way about cars, though. I ain't changing the oil. Somebody else is going to do it. And then they're going to show me that oil stick, and they go, here's your lines. And I'll go, I don't know. Sure, great. Looks great to me.
Looks great.
The oil stick.
Yeah, whatever it's called.
What color?
The old dipstick.
The old dipstick. Put some lipstick.
Wow.
Here's your oil line, sir. Sweet. Looks great. That's exactly where I wanted it. Perfect. Thank you.
What kind of oil would you like? Whatever the recommendable.
Yeah, what did I use last time? Was it the synthetic natural overall warranty?
Sounds great. We used that
Perfect.
again. Yep.
I got a coupon.
Looked at that dipstick and gone like, hey, man, let's do it again.
Call him out on it, actually.
What is this?
I got to tell you,
that
man,
line is unacceptable.
I really do like to listen to the folks at the Valvoline Instant Oil Change yell at each other, though. It's like, that's cool, man. They're doing a good job, man.
Bang 5!
Yeah.
It's good teamwork.
He's about to back up. Put your head down.
By the way, Crackhead Bobby's not working at Valvoline.
I was going to say.
Hey, he's trying. Him and Pete are living together in one of Justin's houses.
Pete and Crackhead Bob would be a great reality show.
Pete and Crackhead.
It'd be a good comedy team as well. I'd watch them on tour.
Oh, Pete, why did you come in here just to get ripped? I apologize. Why can't I find this dang story? Zach, please find it for me. I feel like
I've
I'm
been
crazy.
looking
It doesn't
myself.
exist. It's a Mandela effect thing. You didn't see it.
Nelson Mandela?
Never. Yeah, he used to make houses, probably.
Wow.
Was he Jimmy Carter?
Yeah. Jimmy Carter, Nelson Mandela, they all built houses for humanity.
Even, Tommy Ryman's dad. He sells them.
He didn't personally build any houses, Core.
Oh, man.
But he played a significant role in housing programs, including the Reconstruction and Development Program.
Emma Chamberlain, by the way, is the lady who's
Of course,
hanging out.
Scott Taylor found that.
Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah.
I don't think he wanted to just say on the radio. But, yeah, Emma Chamberlain. That's right.
Sorry, Scott.
Hey, Sauce, one last question. Can I be serious for 10 seconds? Serious question. Do you think I'm too hard on you?
Yes.
Well, then in that case, honestly, my mistake, I'd really like to apologize for even engaging in conversation with you. That was really the mistake I made, was I just shouldn't have talked to you.
Oh, God. Radio for 5 again.
But you're not apologizing to me.
No, but the mistake I made was talking to you. And I'm really, really sorry about that.
You're not taking any
And scene. Oh, God. All right, more of the Power 2 Morning Show after this on the Fan.